How's it going? Well, this is a lot, huh?
Hey there!
Looking sharp.
That's exactly what someone who is Haru but wants to convince us that they're not Haru would say. I'm on to you. Alright, because Rufus used to raise hawks. Let's see, they're all talking about the bikes. They're talking about Mishi. These two. And if I recall, I was going to go do these side quests. I was just idling around until I knew you guys were around. Actually, before I go in there, I might as well. Okay, boss is 127. Our team was 125 on average.
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
Alright, Machias and Duncan time. I think his name's Duncan. I'm terrible with names, though.
3 days after the SSS successfully liberated Crossbell, I found myself being the first of my old classmates to see the city in all its newfound freedom. Excuse me, but would you two be Commander Sonia Bells and Vice Commissioner Pierre?
That's correct. Inspector Regnitz, yes? We've been expecting you.
Quite an entourage.
It's a pleasure to meet you both.
We've come on behalf of the Government Accountability Inspectorate. I hope we can count on your cooperation during our visit. Ordinarily, the withdrawal of all Erebonian troops and weaponry from Crossbell should have happened immediately after the war. The IDF's occupation had caused the delay, but now it could finally be executed, and overseeing it was our mission. This critical assignment came directly from my father, a task closely linked with Crossbell's independence to boot. Veteran inspectors in Rhineford were entrusted with watching over Tangram Fortress and the local military factory, while I was assigned to the city itself, and my primary focus would be the tower the defense force had occupied. The SSS only knows how to do it big, don't they? Can't believe they pulled this off.
Machias is one of those characters who, when you first start playing the games, you're probably not going to like him.
I heard Yuna's still out of school to help them in dealing with the aftermath.
Thank you. I think we have a better handle on what happened here now. So after the SSS charged in,
Angry green-haired men with glasses unite.
I remember him from the files related to the SSS. First Division, I think. What was his name again? Never mind. I need to focus on work. Off to the 36th floor, then.
Marcus and his coffee.
Thanks for waiting. Here's one of our very own dark roast specials.
Man's
Thank
on
you.
coffee like he was drinking it as a zygote.
There's no better morning ritual than one that starts with a good cup of coffee. Now I can start work with my best foot forward.
Hey, check out the Imperial.
Oh, yeah. A pal of mine in the tower was telling me about having to work with that guy.
Thanks for waiting. Here's one of our very own dark roast specials.
Much obliged.
Was
Nothing
that
like
Dudley?
that first cup of the day.
Yep. I do love that angry green-haired man with glasses is apparently just a thing in these games.
You're all out of dark roast?
I'm so sorry, sir. I know it's your go-to coffee. Ours is ground with beans imported straight from Orid. But I'm afraid something's happened that's made it impossible to get back in stock.
Oh, please tell me.
The owner was saying something about crime being afoot.
Okay, please tell me we get to go bust up a gang in search of coffee beans.
Wait,
That sounds like the
what crime is
perfect
being
quest.
Oh, sorry, sir. Listen to me go on.
Not at all. In fact, do go on.
Dudley and Marcus are gonna fucking...
Detective.
They really are. I think they're gonna go...
Well, what he said, our morning's just not the same without your coffee. If you don't mind, could you let us speak to the owner of this establishment?
I'm going to laugh my ass off if this becomes like a whole battle sequence. Or we fight off a gang in order to get coffee. That kind of thing seems to be happening a lot lately. Got a number of queries about missing parcels, deliveries to the wrong address, and the like. My hunch is that trade resuming just plain has companies in chaos. I sure hope things will calm down soon. Indeed. Thank you for your cooperation. I had a hunch after hearing the cafe owner had to say, but wow, this runs deeper than it rightly should. It also matches up with several reports the police have received. Several communication and delivery mishaps, confusion just after Crossbell's liberation. And eventually traced to imported goods and sundries disappearing in transit. Right, and there are too many cases for it to all be mere coincidence. The staff testimonials or anything to go by. It's not just restaurants either. Any business could fall victim. All in a way so they don't even notice there's a pattern. Quite the underhanded operation. Are there multiple perps, or is someone acting alone? What could their MO be? We need to gather information. occurs to me now that this is rather late, but I was sent from the Empire on work-related business at Orcus Tower just last week. My name is... You're Inspector Machias Regnitz. I know. Alex Dudley of the Crossbell Police Department's 1st Investigative Division. So you knew who I was this whole time. From reports related to the SSS, I'm guessing. The 1st Division deals in foreign affairs as well, so naturally I'd know about you. Your father being Representative Regnitz and you being a member of Class 7 puts you on our radar more than any report. Right, I'm sure. Don't let me knowing that freeze you up on me. For the first time in quite a while, I'm not on the clock. But I'm not about to sit back when my coffee is in danger. We'll have no shortage of ordeals to face in the days to come. And I won't let that be mired by the loss of one of my life's simple pleasures. So, Inspector Regnitz, might I request your cooperation with my independent investigation? Realize this is out of our respective jurisdictions, but I hope you might say yes, as a fellow lover of coffee. Of course, I'd be happy to assist. Machias would be happy to do something. This is new. He's not usually happy. Thus the two formed an unusual bond and opened up an investigation for their beloved bitter beings. That's some good alliteration there. Their first stop was inside the department store where Machias questioned his old friend. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that one. Reputable trader Harold Hayworth was next on the list. He suggested they visit each district to interview the city's merchants. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Used that route all the time myself. Lucky for me, I was sure to move some things around ahead of time so we're not hurting stock-wise. Thinking whoever's behind it's either green as grass, or the underworld, or they straight have no fear of death, or both. Oh shit, they're messing with not a woman to mess with. What makes you think that? I don't mind answering. It's gonna cost you. I think I can afford to give you a friendly discount, detective. What if I'd have a bigger problem with her line of work? They're the black market. Hence the bit about the death wish. So that's about everything we could figure out. It's doing a lot more harm to the locals than I ever would have realized. It's an incredible help, so thank you. Junior SSS is everything I'd hoped for, and more. Good. That's all the SSS does for us. We're always down to cover for them. Ask us for help whenever you need it. I certainly will. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. He's quicker to think on his feet than I gave him credit for. Are we watching Machias find true love in real time? Wonder why I didn't see this side of you coming. Just hadn't pegged you as the type to have connections to Nine Valley or a back alley bar. Any detective worth his salt knows there are valuable clues to be derived from the underground. Suppose I'm not the only one who's had his expectations flipped then. Your file read like you'd be more resistant to going off book. Thought you'd be more straight-laced. Don't take this the wrong way. That applies more to you than to me. Still, I've got a ways to go. Crossbell's independence is at stake. Can't afford to let my inexperience as an inspector be what screws it up. I don't... Now where's the next bar? Whoa there, sir. Oops, sorry about that. Not at all. I should have stepped out of the way. Recall, this guy works general affairs at Orcus Tower. Those glasses. I remember you. You're that inspector from the Empire. Sure the IDF the door got all the paperwork in order? He's a hell of a hard worker. Doesn't it's easy for Imperial to finish what Imperial started, huh? That isn't how I would put it. You know, I'm hearing lots of stories about fraud picking up here again. Keep that up, they might start calling this a city of sin the way they did before the SSS cleaned the place up. It's you bastards' fault. You just come in and start tearing down everything we built. Hey, that's enough. I understand lips are loose when drunk, but any more out of that mouth and they'll be interfering with official business. Huh? Wait, I've seen you around too. What are you doing, you moron? Stop heckling random people on the street. Sorry about him. He gets like this when he drinks too much. Detective Dudley. Inspector Regnitz? Oh, Adios. I'm so sorry for my friend said anything rude. I think he's just been doing too much OT since the liberation. Come on, man. Let's go. I know it's our day off, but you drank way too much, I tell you. I could still go for more. If you could stay for just another minute. A friend here mentioned something about fraud being on the rise. Would you happen to know anything about that? We're in the middle of an investigation, so anything at all you could share with us would be greatly appreciated. Oh, you know, I think I might. There's been this suspicious merchant who's been selling knockoffs of brand-named goods. Retailers around here have been getting inquiries from customers on them. Thinking about giving a heads up to the police about it, so your timing is perfect. Would you like the names of the stores that were notified? That'd be great. Thank you. After their new lead from an unexpected source, they went right to visiting the stores specified. They were more than happy to give obvious tells for the knockoffs. The similarities between each account were almost astounding. Then, with plenty of new information in hand, they agreed to find a place to sift through their findings while resting their feet. There was no better spot for a sit-down than a certain bakery on West Street. I've managed to collect a fair bit of information. Indeed, such as how the victims up to this point have dealt in import brands and foodstuffs. Brands like the Quincy Company and Strager Corporation are among them. Wherever these are sold, a merchant has appeared to offer the exact same products for a much lower price. These alternatives, however, are inferior knockoffs. By the time this is discovered, the merchant has already disappeared. I think there's a connection here. Almost undoubtedly, it ties into our current case. So fraud and counterfeit goods, If you're still worried about what that man said earlier, you shouldn't be. Being Erebonian doesn't mean you have to shoulder the responsibilities of your entire country. Thank you, I appreciate that. But to me, he represents the majority of Crossbell's people. It makes me feel like I can't do anything to make them feel better as an Imperial citizen and as an inspector. I see. You really are much like me in my younger years. How so? You're deeply serious with a strong sense of justice that makes you want to live up to the expectations placed upon you. But now, suddenly all that pressure has become too immense that it's suffocating you. Is that it? I don't know. No, you might be right. The Chancellor now gone, the Empire is racing toward a new era. And amidst all this, my dad is now the representative Chancellor of the entire country. First step we need to take for this new era is to restore and stabilize our relationship with Crossbell. I believe he's expecting of me the kind of inspection results that will work to that end. Yet here I am, with my hands full, with just the stuff immediately right in front of me. Can't help but hate how much of a good-for-nothing guy I am. I hope you won't mind me countering this, but I think you should be more confident in yourself, Machias. You chose the thorn-filled path of being an inspector, despite how difficult it was going to be. And against your young age, you've been entrusted with the most important aftermath of restorations after the war. These more than prove you're qualified. It means you absolutely can live up to the expectations your dad has of you. I get panicked when I don't produce results quickly enough. But is a brew not truly at its most divine when its beans have been roasted longer? I'm sure you understand what I mean as a fellow lover of coffee. Yeah, you're right. I think I've been trying to rush my progress so much that it's only made things worse instead. Maybe it'll take a bit longer to produce results, but better to take it slow and steady than run myself into the ground. That's the way. Hello, Detective. And you too, Inspector. I don't know if I've ever seen you two in the same place before. If I recall, you're from that former law office, aren't you? I asked if you'd be willing to cooperate with an investigation of mine. We're just taking a short break. What investigation, if I may ask? It's about the dealer of counterfeit goods. And keeping up with the times, have you? Yeah, Grace has been all over it. Got to thinking about how the SSS once worked a similar case, so I was going through some old leads and... What? Would you mind showing us those leads? If we can get our hands on some evidence, I might be able to go to the 1st Division to make an arrest. Oh, I don't mind at all. You've done so much for me in the past, Detective. How could I say no? Oh, but keep it a secret from Grace. If she finds out, she might end up forcing her way to the front seat of your investigation. Yeah, that's Grace for ya. I can picture it now. Well, keep that in mind. A few hours later. Really hit the jackpot this time, haven't I? Crossbell never fails to disappoint me. Well, save for a few sour moments. Couldn't be happier about our business arrangement myself. It's much easier to get things done this way. It's my line. I hope we can continue this most profitable of relationships. If Crossbell regains its independence, then it may become much easier to do business than it was under Imperial rule. I'd welcome the return of a prime hunting ground for folks like us. More evil laughter. The joke's on you. What's this? And who might you two be? Well, if it isn't Mineth the con man, the infamous counterfeit dealer from Calvert. See the small fry that used to cause so much trouble with Crossbow? What? Know who I am, do you? So my past's coming back to haunt me. Never should have allowed that cursed special support section to catch me. Files that CPD has on you from last time came in handy. Know everything you've been up to. Surrender peacefully. So this is because of that pesky SSS, is it? Ha! In that case, what perfect timing. Been looking for a chance to express my gratitude for all they did for me. She's completely flipped the switch. She'll wake up the whole city at this rate. Had my run-ins with the SSS as well. If you're friends of theirs, then this is an excellent opportunity to relieve some stress. It's time to get to work. We'll use sheer force to bring you pests to your knees. Get out here, you lackeys. Teach these four-eyed lettuce heads a lesson. You don't want to try to fight them. Well then, no one's coming. Where the hell are they? Oh dear. How did the cops find out about the meeting spot? Damn it, this is why I hate working with crooks that always get caught. So that directed at me. I told you we're 2 steps ahead of you. The entire department will be here soon. I hope you don't think you can get away. Aren't we clever? All we have to do is break past you and we can run this racket over and over again. If you want to step aside, then we'll force you out of our way. Get 'em! Have it your way. We're more than prepared to respond. I'm counting on you, Inspector Regnitz. Of course. They really did just take down an entire crime ring just for coffee. And then there were 2. Oh, those worthless idiots. What a truly tragic end. For you, as if I'd give up so easily. It's all over for you. I still have 1 weapon left. It is a dramatic punch. Now do you get it? This is the Iron Hammer of Justice. Ha ha ha. Eat my dust, you bastards. I'll always have a plan to escape, so long as there's a horizon to reach. What the? Why won't the engine start? Tried to tell you. Of course we already discovered your getaway plan. So we got out ahead of you and cut the engine. You're welcome to try swimming away from here, though. How could you? Well, it's counterfeit dealer, Mineth. You've escaped justice in the past due to your status as foreigners. That ends today. Crossbow and its laws are evolving. I'll put in a good word for you to see to it you get tried here. Best to see to it that you get tried here. Best of luck. Is this really how it ends? Our plan was perfect. How could this happen? You fucked with their coffee. You never fuck with a coffee
Suspects apprehended,
coffee.
0 to 10 hours.
Look, your coffee drinkers will fucking shift the entire planet to get to their coffee. If you put a building between a coffee drinker and their coffee, they will find a way to bust through it.
Sorry, thanks for waiting. Here's one of our very own dark roast specials. Boy, I think my jaw about hit the floor when I heard the case had been solved. Thanks to you two, it barely put a dent in business. We owe you one. So, the owner said it's on the house today.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Yeah, they're at the same table now, right?
It's dark roast or nothing in the morning.
I love the way you can feel it coursing through your body from the first sip. Can't start my day without it. And speaking of, I have something I'd like to share with you a little later. Are you free for lunch? I know a place with food that goes spectacular with any brew.
Oh yeah, they took out an
Absolutely,
entire
I'm free.
crime ring for their coffee beans. Manly Munchies coffee. That must be what he was sharing with Machias, is the coffee recipe. I'm sorry, is that Justice Blend? Alright, where's our boy Machias?
Let's give this a try.
Come on, super success, Machias.
There was an...
No, not Machias. Machias is not the super success. There's too many characters with winky faces. It's not fair. Yep. Coffee drinkers will literally rearrange the solar
Slap
system
reminiscence activated.
for their coffee. Alright, now time for the Prince Cedric quest. This is Crown Prince Cedric, the heir to the throne of the Erebonian Empire.
I perfectly understood the choice I made. For the first time in my life, I made a choice entirely of my own free will. There's no one to cling to anymore, no one to protect me. Such is the path I choose to walk.
Somewhere along the Cimmerian continent. Yep, this is an Ouroboros airship.
Who in their right mind would call this clean? Maid!
Dude, you're not a prince anymore.
That's right. What am I doing? I need some fresh air.
I wonder if we get to play as the prince. My first months as part of the society were grueling and painful. Began as an enforcer candidate, struggled through one ordeal after another under Shirley's watchful eye. And with some of those came a stark realization. It was naive, feeble, a sorry excuse for a human being. Less choking, more moving. This was an actual battlefield. Your lollygagging would have killed you. Your royal blood means nothing here. You think I don't know that? I mean, having him spar Shirley seems kind of unfair. He'd be weaker without the Imperial Fortress's power, but this is just pathetic. Trying to bore me instead of beat me to death, kiddo. Another round, please. I think that's enough for one day. She leaves me, dust like it's nothing. They sure aren't going easy on him just because he used to be a prince, huh? No Ouroboros, only the strong succeed. This is no place for the pampered. Even I struggled to find my feet at first. Gilbert, you have no right to talk. Well, if he fails to become an enforcer, I could always use another lackey. Thought I could do better than that. Did I even learn anything at Thor's? No, because you were given a bunch of really strong people to cover your back no matter what. No, what am I thinking? This wouldn't be easy. I didn't choose this expecting anything to be handed to me. So why do I feel so? Just like I thought, he's still too soft. It takes more than a little darkness buried in your heart to become an enforcer. Whether he sinks or swims is entirely up to him at this point. Which reminds me, I heard you went to Shirley with a request, Professor. Since when did you two get so cozy? Yes, I approached her about creating the ideal conditions for an experiment of mine. I realize her men have their hands plenty full, but I'm still hopeful they can provide me with some useful data. In the ancient battlefield, being given a much harsher training session. I mean, if all we've got to do is beat Gilbert, that's going to be a fucking breeze. I'm going to take on the Red Constellation and a group of enhanced Jaegers alone? Sure do. All you got to do is survive to the end. Give Gareth and Gilbert a good fight. It's not like you'll really be all alone. You'll have your little partner I borrowed from the professor to help you out. Said something about wanting to test combat links between people and archaisms or something. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Maybe use it as a diversion or something. Get creative. Oh, set up some gizmo that'll insulate the battlefield sounds, so feel free to go ape. Can't think this oversized toy is going to be of any use to me. What's the point of giving me a task that I have no chance of succeeding at? Look, if you're scared of giving this a shot, you're free to run away like a little baby. I invited you, but no one's forcing you to stay here. Wanna run? There's the door. No one here will come running after you. But ask yourself if you wouldn't live to regret it. It's a decision you gotta make for yourself, not as a prince, but as your own person. Oh, the front gate's locked. It'd be too easy if it wasn't, so find some other way inside. Got it? And also... What the? There's your cue. Off you go. Wouldn't stand in one spot too long if I were you. So I told Gareth he's welcome to put you down if he has a clean shot. Gotta be kidding. Fine, I'm going. He's here. Our orders were not to hold back. Let's get him. Damn it. Well, neither will I.
Here I go! Very well. Flames that kindle within me. Ignite! What? Die! Here I go! Stand down! Here I go! Flames, flicker, and roar! Now,
It'd be a much easier thing to do if I had any clue what quartz and accessories this boy has on.
Saber!
Or, you know, what his actual stats were with regards to physical and magical damage.
You arrogant... What? Very well. Here I go.
he's gonna attack and then die. Okay, not quite how I expected the attack and then die to go.
Why you?
This is just the beginning!
Okay, that's got me curious as to whether or not he's actually going to, oh, probably not. His reflexes aren't too shabby. No wonder the commander sees potential in him. You call this a fair fight? Do you expect anyone to win when they're outnumbered by? Hey! Do you know who you're shooting at? You don't think you're going to get away with this. I don't know. Who are we shooting at? What are you planning to do about it? Oh. I see you as a target to hunt down, so that's what we're gonna do. Keep your head on a swivel if you don't want to lose it. Isn't like any training I've been subjected to in my whole life. He's surely trying to have me killed. What's the point of having me hunted like a wild animal? It's absurd. Cedric Rice Arnor. I shouldn't be subjected to a fight for my life like this. See, there you go again, Cedric. You're getting all entitled and spoiled. Why? Why is this happening to me? What did I ever do to deserve? Yeah, are you really gonna ask yourself that? Like, really? Listen to me act like I'm still a prince of the Imperial family and not some nobody. People have been sent to Gehenna for far less than the unspeakable crimes I've committed over the last year. Don't even try to say that you were just being manipulated, Cedric. You did it because you wanted to. It was your own will, your own desires that led you to go astray, help start a war, and finally end up in this society. I need to grow the hell up and start taking responsibility for my own life.
That's right. All I am now is Cedric, an unjustly proud, no-good fool. I turned my back on my friends, family, and country the moment I chose this path. That's what they've been trying to get through my thick skull this entire time. So I refuse to die like a worthless dog out here. I won't let that happen. It would be an insult to them after all they've done for me.
Huh?
Huh?
Surrendering?
I do believe that's my line. Because if you don't, then I'm going to cut you down where you stand. Now, come at me!
Well, which is it? You're being kind of inconsistent, Cedric. Do you want them to surrender, or do you want them to come at you? Gilbert, you're a weak piece of shit. Get out of here.
About time.
Gareth is strong. Gilbert's a little bitch.
So you managed to make it here after all. To be honest, I didn't think you'd still be in one piece.
I wouldn't be if I tried to fight them all at once. I'm wise enough to know how to scatter the enemy and slip by them. It's a basic military tactic that I learned at the academy. Now all that's left is defeating you two, and I'll have passed. Don't expect me to take it easy on you.
Is it me? Or is there something different about you?
Oh, Gilbert.
You finally found the resolve to face your fate head on. Good. Then I will respond in kind. You shall be tested by the Blitz as the young Miss Order.
Have it your way. Test me as you see fit.
I still don't get
Gilbert's fucking scared.
You're about to learn that the world is a cold, cruel place. I, Gilbert Stein, Regimental Commander of the 6th Enhanced Jaeger Brigade, shall be your tutor.
Gilbert has been getting dunked on for basically the entire series.
Don't get cocky. You're still new around here.
Admittedly, Gareth is scary.
What? Very well. Here I go!
Yeah, this is the prince who decided to throw his lot in with basically the Illuminati.
What? You're finished.
Very well.
Well, that's centered too perfectly on him. No, it's probably not gonna go off in time. Yep, not gonna go off in time.
Very well.
Let's see if I can sweep through this encounter quick.
Now, gather in my blade! Purgatory Saber!
But how? I was sloppy.
Nurses! So you know how to scrap after all. See what I'm really capable of!
Here I go!
Let's get some earth pulse on. No, throw fucking items at him.
I'm so sorry. See? Look at me! Please! Can't we all just get along? Oh, this is what you get! You gotta be...
What? This isn't over. Grant me strength! Carmine Heart! This isn't over. Flames that kindle within me. Ignite! Very well. Flames that kindle within me. Ignite! Very well. Hut! Here I go. Hut!
Zero Cannon. God, this is such a good spell.
Here I go.
You're finished.
Oh, please, you're gonna have to try a
Very
lot
well.
fucking harder than that, dude.
All right. Stand down.
Very well. Here I go. Here I go.
This wasn't supposed to happen.
This is just the beginning.
Alright, Gilbert. Get your bitch ass mech out here. We all know you don't fight man to man. Get your goddamn robot.
Huh. Well done.
Newbie acting like he owns the place.
Oh? Since when has the society's hierarchy been based on seniority? But no need to look so glum. I'll be certain to find a suitable use for you as an enforcer.
I will not stand for this!
Alright, Gilbert. Fucking
Commander?
bring it.
The battle is over, sir. I think we should accept...
I'm not accepting anything! I will not be walked all over by this twerp! To my side, Geopash!
Oh yeah, because we never fought this thing before, right?
So this is your personal aircraft I've heard so much about.
Isn't that intimidating? Good. It's going to teach you some respect, newbie. Watch and learn how a real Ouroboros veteran fights.
All right. This has gone on long enough.
Let him have his fun, Gareth.
The funny thing is, I think she's referring to Cedric here.
You sure?
Our boy wants to be an enforcer, yeah? Then let him fight his own battles. This is a good chance to see what he can do.
He's like,
Very well. I'll attend your little class. And once I graduate, I'll show you that I'm done being used. From now on, I'll live life by my terms.
Victory is in the
I really do love Earth Pulse as a spell.
Flames that kindle within me. Ignite! Here I go!
Alright, myself another burning cry to get myself up to medium boosts.
You're finished!
Oh, you're really weak to fire, dude. That is terrible news. You picked the worst dude to fight if you're weak to fire.
You're finished!
Oh, you can impede. Congratulations, loser.
His jump was just repaired!
Here I go! Very well. Flames, flicker, and roar! Now, gather in my blade! Purgatory Saber!
You think you're being cute? Take that! Woohoo! Get a good look! It's about to get real! Not so cute now!
Alright, alright.
Very well.
My little buddy bot's down. Fuck it, I'll use the turn to revive it. I actually kind of like the robot. He's endearing in a weird way.
Here I go!
Okay, from how perfectly that's centered on our boy.
Flames that kindle
That is
within me.
definitely targeted specifically on him. Now we'll take this hit.
Finish! You're finished!
You what? Here I go!
Of course, you stunned. Sir. The absurd amount of luck you are having with this chain of events is downright ludicrous.
Very well. Flames that kindle within me. Ignite!
You don't get to get critical hits,
Flames,
my dude.
Flicker and roar! Now, gather in my blade! Purgatory Saber!
You're finished!
What?
No, keep doing your thing.
Here I go!
So I want to take my S-Craft on this critical turn.
Now, gather in my blade! Purgatory Saber!
No! Tell me this is a bad dream!
This is just the beginning! I shall waver
do
no
feel
more!
the need to mention how ridiculously lucky Gilbert got.
No!
with consistently just disabling the robot every single time it went to take an action.
Not again.
Not bad. See? You can do it if you put your mind to it.
I hope you aren't implying that this was in any way a challenge.
It's funny seeing Shirley acting, I guess, so soft. She's usually... her usual demeanor is very in line with the nickname Sanguine Ogre.
My goal is to be an enforcer. Small fry like him won't stand in my way.
Now that's more like it. You should keep fighting like your life depends on it. That's the most fun way to live, if you ask me.
I can't say that sounds very tempting, knowing your twisted sense of fun. But very well. I welcome any challenge. The path I've chosen is in no way righteous, but it is the right path for me. I must learn to walk it and continue forward, even when I'm separated from those who care for me. I've no right to thank any of you, let alone face you and ask for your forgiveness. However, Kurt, Alphen, Olivert, and Reen, I still...
I still think possibly the funniest thing was in Cold Steel 4 seeing her in a schoolgirl outfit. That fucking demon pretending to be some kind of, like, normal student.
I wish you well, Olivert.
I'm sorry, was that what I think it just was? It was. So as you can see, my previous Lost Arts kind of had an issue where 2 out of their 3 elements were the same, which meant you could only equip them to certain characters, and there are certain characters who just could not equip any of them thanks to that. So she's got water and earth, which means she can use Epoch or or Aeonian Emperor if she wants. Whereas Rufus, due to having wind, could use Prominence Nova. For example, as a character whom I wanted a lost art for earlier but couldn't get one for them yet, we've got Emma here. Because fire and mirage were simply not elements we were getting lost arts for. Now I'm just gonna have some fun playing around with Toa's stats for a bit. Okay, why do I have Holy Breath R here? I cast 3, Mind 3, let's see. What can I do about that one? Diablos Gem. Is the Akala Gem? No.
Blazing Forge activated. Millennial Trove activated. Blazing Forge activated.
Or does this not have the ability to modify accessories and whatnot? Alright, first let's see what I can do with ATS boosts on my own. See that to prevent our spells from getting shut down in the first place. 100. Now it's Geosophidia give her.
Blazing Forge activated.
Alright, now let's see what I can do here. Alright, shield 3, that's fucking weak. Yeah, feel free.
Trade phantasmal shards. You don't Confirming
say.
rank points accumulated. Liberation rank changed. Transferring rank reward.
Alright, what's the Ares belt got for me? That's one Farine here. So if you haven't figured out, the entire build I have for Farine is entirely built around just constantly spamming his S-craft. Now let's see what level they want us to be for these trials. Yeah, I've got Toa set up the way she is because 33%, so that's down to 67% cast time. And then this cuts it by 50%, which either drops it down to like 17% or 30-something%.
trial door presented.
Right now, what have I picked up for Divine Waters? Well, get it. Jesus. Guess I did do a lot of quests. Did I call him Skywalker, or are you just being like that? I mean, this is after the last day of work I have for the week, so I could see myself saying something dumb like that.
Central core activated. Reverie corridor altered.
Oh, we've altered the corridor. Pray we do not alter it again. Since somebody
Visitor access
got
detected.
me in the mood for some Star Wars stuff.
New contents available. New contents available.
Now let's see how fast Toa can shoot out spells now. So what we're looking at here is we're looking to see what the delay
Let me know if you see anything.
between her going to use the spell and the
She is
spell
highly unusual.
actually going off.
That is one tough cookie.
All for one. And one for all! We shall end this now.
Got you. 3, 2. Done.
It's my turn.
None of that.
Crimson Slash!
Ready or not?
It's not a lot of delay on those. Is that only 6 delay on casting a Lost Art?
Arcus activate.
Perk up!
Thanks.
My mind is clear. My blade empty. Now! Ashen Slash! Shredded Leaves! These swords are of those who lost their way. On guard! You're in need of polish. Held down! Root Gangrene!
All 7 elements. Set. Orbital driver. Ready. Rainbow stop. Easy peasy. Got you. Showtime.
Yep, there's Toa back.
I'm next. Weak. Weak.
Sir.
Got you. Wiping out. Ready or not? Arcus activate.
On guard. Let's go. Crimson Flash! It's down!
Come on! Go! My turn. Good luck, team. Energy rain!
Thanks. Thank you.
I'm next. It's down.
Got him! My mind is clear. My blade empty. Now! Ashen Flash! Shredded Leaves! All right. All you were was weak.
Alright, I had one of those left to obtain, didn't I? Yeah, to explain why Reen is able to use his S-Craft so much, it is a combination of his default Master Quartz Brigid, which you can see in slot number 2, plus 4 craft points every turn. So that means every single time an action is taken, he gains an additional 4 craft points. And we combine that with this Ares belt for plus 8 every single time an action passes in battle. And the plus 60% I don't think applies to his per turn gain, but it turns his normal attacks from restoring 5 craft points to restoring 8, I'm pretty sure. And his on-enemy kill bonus is similarly increased. Yeah, he gets... No, not his turn.
Activated.
No, you need to understand. The thing that makes it so good is not in any way related to his turns. It is that those per turn effects like that don't just proc on his turn, they proc on every turn. Everyone's turns. So his turns, Fee's turns, Toa's turns, the enemy's turns.
This'll come in handy. This'll come in handy.
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
Unfortunately, with regards to agate abuse, I can't control what quartz and stuff he has during these. So I don't know if I can actually abuse the fact that we have agate here. Unless you mean agate abuse as in Tita Russell's mother abusing agate. I could see that happening in spades. Like most of the problems have been addressed. Combat data from the last test proved useful then. Very. I owe the team a lot. The Orbital Gear 3 is officially complete. Then you get a passing grade, I suppose. So, what next? I haven't given that much thought, actually. Which means your schedule is open. Try analyzing this. What is it? No questions. But then how? Oh, you want me to figure that part out? There is no rush on your findings, nor is there a need to provide periodic updates. You are free to proceed however you wish. There's something else? Nope. Since you seem to be so swamped with work lately, I was wondering if I could help lighten the load.
That's what I'm here for!
That's her mother. I would recognize that voice.
What?
There you are, Professor
From Agate's
Russell.
Nightmares.
Long time no see, Professor Schmidt, and thank you for keeping a watchful eye over my Tita.
Mom, why are you here? Why are all of you here?
Sorry to drop in, Tita. We were just escorting your mom.
And I'm here on a job. A very troublesome job, as it so happens.
How so?
That can wait. There's something much more important here than work.
Let me guess. Giant hug.
And that's you, my baby's breath bundle of cuteness. Oh, how your mommy has missed you.
Mom?
You know, one mom, you know,
Oh, I can't believe
probably
it. It's a
most
scientific
of
marvel.
them.
They gotta have laws against going over cute capacity because I just can't take it.
Stop it, Mom!
At least fictional
Everyone
moms.
is watching!
Let them. I get to hug and kiss and love on my favorite little girl. My Tita tank's been running on empty for months.
Professor?
Just let her get it out of her system.
Agate's like, this is normal, just let her.
This is so embarrassing!
If you're going to fritter away my time, do it where I can't see it.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. I sometimes forget that my enthusiasm could give a man with already one foot in his grave a heart attack.
Oh my.
There you are with that cheek. I would assume you were the child if I didn't know that was your daughter standing next to you.
Why, thank you. My imagination is as rich as a child's. A good thing, too, since my partner now is a senile old fart whose last good idea may have predated our concept of time.
Oh my god, Erica. These two are going to get along like a house on fire.
I can't tell if they hate each other or if this is just their thing.
That's what makes it amusing.
I'm leaning toward the latter.
She's the only engineer I know who can have at it with the professor.
Probably because she's gonna be him in 30 years. Unlike her old man who just loves throwing whatever shit he can find together. These two develop tech with specific goals in mind. They also don't mind throwing everyone else under the bus if it means meeting those goals.
Hey, Red! I got ears.
So, the job?
Right. Time to get down to business.
So you're forming a team to handle problems the Black Workshop left behind?
In short, yes.
The workshops left scars all across the land. Their weapons, autonomous and otherwise, are on the black market. It could be people are scavenging for remnants of them.
However they're going about it, it's gonna be a problem in time. The guild's on full alert.
That sounds rough. No wonder you're here.
I came here as a representative of ZCF after receiving a formal request from the Imperial government.
Professors Schmidt and Russell are acting as the linchpins of the team. I'm here since I was connected to the workshop, and the guild is working with us as a safety measure. All of this is being coordinated via the Reinford Company. We'll be investigating old sites while figuring out what to do with the weapons we find in said sites.
I see. I'm surprised you agreed to help, Professor.
I don't see it as helping. I couldn't care less what the government or the guild wants. All I want is the data the Black Workshop left behind.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it all.
You two have a one-track mind. Do you think I could be a part of the team? I'd love to be of some help.
Well,
You don't have to do a thing, Tita.
But...
I did say this job is troublesome, but as you can see, we have more than enough people to go around. And I didn't come all this way for nothing.
We don't even have to worry about funding, since RF and the government's footing the bill.
Father was such a large part of this that my mother and I are by default. If it takes all of Reinford's resources to put an end to it, then that's just what we'll have to do.
And if anybody tries to get rough, they got the bracers to let them know what's what.
I mean, I was never going to worry about that. I know you guys are there.
Then you know we're all set. The best thing you can do right now is focus on school.
But what about you? You're in school too.
I sure am. Dean Collins allowed this as part of extracurricular activities. I might even present a new thesis based on my findings.
Okay, but you're also Ren Bright. So I doubt he has the balls to say no to you. You know, not because of her being related to Cassius Bright and Joshua and Estelle and all of that, but because she's the motherfucking angel of slaughter. Pissing her off is not a good idea.
So why can't I do what you're doing?
There's nothing you can do for this team. Why not make sure Makarov's damn niece doesn't set fire to the building while I'm out?
Oh, Professor, I know Mint can be a lot, but even she wouldn't...
Whoa! That wrench went flying! Huh? How'd it get caught in the vent? Whoa! It caught on fire! This place is about to go up in smoke!
I'm on my way.
Ah, Mint. Or is that where it ends, really? We just got cliffhangered by a goddamn side quest. Okay, no we didn't. I was gonna be mad. So we'll be hanging out in the Empire for a little while. How long exactly? This particular problem's pretty broad, so we're thinking it'll take about 4 months or so. That long? Dan and the Maniac should be able to hold down the fort just fine. Got some things that need taken care of as soon as I'm back. But who could resist all this workshop business? You sure there isn't anything I can do to help? It's fine, don't worry, my little angel. The schedule itself isn't very packed, to be honest. Most of our time will be spent on data analysis. Yep, if anything decides to get in our way, give them a real smackdown and settle things in a jiffy. So don't stress, okay? If you say so. If push comes to shove, I can always sacrifice this guy here. I don't mind. In reference to Agate. Do you get the feeling that Tita's mother doesn't like Agate for some reason? Was that just kidding? Bullshit. Oh, Agate, you silly, stupid man. But I have to resort to sacrificing you, and there are so many fun ways to use a pack mule over the next 4 months. Fun, huh? Can lay off the murderous intent any time now. Well, it'll be fun, all right. Fun for me. He gets stuck looking over his shoulder for the rest of his days. It's like her obsession with Agate has gone into overdrive ever since he and Tita went to the Empire. You do live a life of suffering, don't you? A normal person would have keeled over by now. Must be the A-ranker in you. Can you not sound so impressed? Got you so giggly. Just seeing us all together like this, bringing me back home is all. Well, home will always be there for you when you're ready for it. Since things are more or less back to normal, how do you like your school, Tita? Press couldn't stop talking about Thors during the war, especially your instructors. Well, everyone's really nice. There's lots of funny and interesting people around here. I was a little afraid when I first came here, but now I feel totally fine. That good, huh? Sounds like you've made some wonderful memories. Yeah. So make sure you give them a proper goodbye so you don't sour those fond memories. Huh? Don't worry, once you're settled, you can invite all your friends to come see you in Liberal. Come to think of it, I need to carve out some time in my schedule to talk this out with your instructors. But wait a second, Mom, what are you talking about? Why would I need to say goodbye? Not just here on a job, Tita. Here to take you back home. What? Why, this is so out of nowhere. Not as much as you think. The branch campus stood in opposition to the government during the war. Think I'd leave my daughter in such a dangerous place after hearing that? There's a good reason behind that. We were just trying to. The reason isn't the point. You were caught, put under house arrest for a while, weren't you? Sure, but it all worked out. If it hadn't, All it would have taken was a single small mistake, and I might never have seen my little girl again. Still can't bear the thought even now. Mom. You might hate me for taking you back, but I can handle that. I can't handle losing you. I want to stay here a little longer. Come on, Erica. She's been working her ass off over here. Zip it, Agate. If you'd protected her like you were supposed to, she wouldn't have been in danger in the first place. Who was it who was so cocky when he said he'd keep her safe the day he left, huh? So it's certainly not you. Don't blame Agate for this. No one could have predicted what happened, and I just didn't have the experience to... Nah, she's right. If I'd done my job, you wouldn't have been in half the trouble you were in. Got nothing to defend myself with. Still, that said, let me ask you this. Why do you want to stay after all that's happened? Well, I'm still in the middle of classes. It'll be another year until I graduate. That doesn't matter. You don't care? Not as much as I care about the real reason you came to Erebonia. I want to study under Professor Schmidt and complete the Orbital Gear 3. Since Estelle and Joshua couldn't come here before, I figured I could be the one to help Olivier out. Now, those answers matter. Read your report. I think you did amazing work on the Orbital Gear 3, which of course my daughter would. Prince Olivert is safe. Your friends can now enter the country with no problem. From where I'm sitting, you've already gotten everything you could want out of Erebonia. When you put it like that, maybe, but... Did all of you know Mom came here to take me home? Yes, we did. We tried convincing her otherwise. You sure you won't reconsider? I think you know what I'll say to that, Estelle. But Tita really likes it here. What's the harm in letting her enjoy it while she's still in school? She likes being at home, too. There's nothing she couldn't learn in Libero that she'd learn in Erebonia. That means it's time for her to come back home. That's not... Oh, yep, Tita. What the... Am I really wrong? I think so. If I can keep producing results, then that proves there's more I could stand to learn here, right? I suppose. Logic's certainly sound enough. We'll be here for a while, so I see no reason not to entertain the idea. We'll have plenty of time to wait for her to produce results. We'll be operating out of the branch campus, since it's where Professor Schmidt is staying. I highly doubt Tita will be in any danger between now and when we leave. No way she would. Fine. Really? Yes, really, but on 2 conditions. First, you must produce results that can convince me within 4 months. Second, after that, you must clear a test of my choosing. If you can fulfill those 2 conditions, I'll let you stay at Thor's till graduation. Fair? Fair. I don't trust her to not make the test something absolutely stupid. Project Orbital Gear 4. Alright, it's life or death here, so let's kick off our first official meetup for Project Orbital Gear 4. Mint? It's not that big a deal. We're just brainstorming. You say that, but if your mom isn't happy with what we come up with, then she's gonna pull you from the branch campus. I know. So it is life or death. There's no such thing as going overboard today, because we're as on board can be. We'll need every resource the engineering team here can get their hands on, so let's rock this out. Aye, lassie. We don't plan on skimping if you're at stake. That's so sweet. Okay, so I do have to help my uncle with his project. so I won't be able to help all the time. Sorry. Can't say we're gonna be much help either. You might have some trouble following along when it comes to the more complex aspects of this project. That's perfectly okay. Just having you here means the world to me. And I've got to be the one to handle most of it. If I hand too much over, then it's like I've lost the point of it being given to me. You're so nice. That's the spirit. Forget everything else. We're here for you 100%. Then let's do this. Thank you, guys. Now that we got that out of the way, let's really kick off our first official meetup for Project Orbital Gear 4. Keep saying first, miss. How many more meetings do you got planned with this project? 0. Only got 4 months. If we don't figure out what we need to do right now, we're going to be screwed on time. And why call it the first? It felt cool, you know. I was just going with it. Mint. So, Tita, number 4, eh? You just finished developing the Orbital Gear 3, right? Can't be easy trying to one-up yourself so soon. You're going to convince the professor to let you stay. Shouldn't you go with less of a challenge? No, it has to be this. My mom designed the first Orbital Gear. If I really want her to recognize my skills, then improving the very thing she started is the way to go. I got you now. Makes sense. Yes, from Discord. Your final test is to beat up Agate. And you won't have another word with that word from us. So where do we start? Do you have any concept in mind for Little Baby 4 that's better than Big Daddy 3? It's a wee world and that little noggin do stuff. Try to understand and just do your own head. Try to understand it and just do your own head in. That's what she's stuck right now. Oh, she's coming up with... Oh, she's struggling. Yes, Mint is great. You'll meet her in Trails of Cold Steel. She's great there, too. I like the direction, but we wouldn't be the first to do it. The Orbital Gear is a Russell thing, isn't it? It is, but 2 years ago, ZCF and the Foundation joint developed something called the Eidolon Gear. It's like a sister weapon to the Orbital Gear. So like Elisa's Exa? Yeah. 3 companies are involved in the Exa, whereas the Eidolon Gear mostly has Foundation tech to make it stand out. Almost certain it was capable of manned flight. Wow, ain't that something? Is there a reason 3 didn't incorporate it if the technology is already out there? Well, to be honest, it's because I just don't know a whole lot about the Eidolon Gear. It's an easy fix. All we've got to do is ask. I understand. I'll answer any questions you have. Thank you so much, Tio. No need to thank me. ZCF helped make it happen, so it's the least I can do to share. The Eidolon Gear did achieve flight to some degree, but it was far from perfect. What happened? 2 things. Performance and operational time. It's possible to fly with a pilot in the seat, but add another Curin, performance drops dramatically. It's basically add any more weight and performance dies. It also significantly reduces how long it can operate. It isn't designed for multi-purpose work for long periods. Forget flight combat. See, the Orbigear 3 solved the operational time issue and adapted well to suit its pilot's needs on the spot. Another thing the Eidolon gear can't function without first linking to the Aeon system. It was a progressive machine for its time, but it also came with some very big limitations. So it had some incredible stuff to it, but lacked the versatility of the 3. Adding a flight function to the 3 wouldn't be such a bad idea after all. Not bad, it's pure brilliant as well. Sounds like it would work much better than anything that's come before it, yeah. But it's not like we can just slap it on, right? It's got so much heft, it's not like we can apply some kind of booster like with the Panzer Soldats. It wouldn't be very easy, veering on tight turns with how it's built too. Not easy isn't the same as impossible, so no matter how hard it is, I'm going to make it happen. Oh, you're all kinds of inspired. We may have some materials that could help, so I'll put them together and send them to you in a bit. Thank you. Thanks for your input. We now have a plan. This one's sure to make Mom see what I'm made of. So all the inventors in this series are absolute lunatics. How's progress going? We brought snacks. Oh, hi Sandy. Hi Freddy. You look like you've seen better days. There's nothing Freddy's fighting formula can't fix. Go on, give it a bite. What's in it? It's a special blend of 7 types of bugs that help fight fatigue. It's bitter. It's so bitter. What's this deep, rich aftertaste? It's like I'm being swathed in a warm blanket of pure energy. Whew. I feel like a whole new Tita now. Nothing beats a second wind, right? Like nothing beats whatever it is you just gave me. Got some sandwiches too, if you're hungry. Love some, Sandy. And thanks a bunch, Freddy. No thanks needed. Anything for a cooking club, comrade. Right. Haven't been able to drop by the club at all lately. Please, if anything, we wish we could do more for you. We'll be in your corner, Tita. Next year won't be the same if you aren't there to cook with us. I really want to stay, too. So far, so good on the plan, then, I hope. Well, going by how out of it you were, I'm guessing not. I've made prototype after prototype, but none of them quite make the cut in terms of specs. I feel bad since everyone's going out of their way to help. To be honest, I'm stumped. You tried asking Professor Schmidt? I don't know. He might just glare at her before brushing her off. Ooh, maybe it's something to do with the device that he gave her to analyze at the start of this, side story. I know he's a little scary up front, but I think he'd give me a hint if I asked. It's just that I don't want him to. My friends helping me out is one thing, but he's a professor. This whole thing moves forward based on the input of someone whose mom's equal, then is it really my project anymore? It's a valid point, sure. But that means your roadblock's not going anywhere. So when I hit a wall on something, I do something else to take my mind off it. Oh, you know, I do that too. If I'm stuck on cooking, I like to go out hunting. I'm gonna take a run through the mountains. Bonked my microphone pretty hard. I'll pass on the mountains, but I like the direction this is going. Actually, I haven't analyzed that device Professor Schmidt gave me yet. I think I'll start there. Who knows, maybe I can even solve it if I pull another all-nighter. I'm not sure that's going to help. What? Sure it is. Different strokes, Sandy. Do what makes you tick, Tita. As long as you don't overdo it, anyway. Thanks, you two. Yeah, the branch campus kids are, an interesting bunch. What's up with this reaction? Is this some sort of gravitational engine? How is it so small? Can't think of any practical use for this off the top of my head. Could be a prototype. I think I get why the professor gave this to me now. Yeah, and now here... Professor Schmidt, do you have a moment? Only just. Keep it brief. It's about that device you gave me. Thought I told you there wasn't a need for periodic updates. It's not that. I just wanted to confirm something about how it's used, do whatever you want with it. Huh? I said, do whatever you want with it. Now no more questions. And I will. Thank you, Professor. I'll see you later. So she's going to incorporate that into this like I thought she was. The fact that this says Part 1 has me convinced it's just going to cut off somewhere at some point. Okay, it's time for the final operational trial. Guess it'll have to be. You've only got 2 days until you present your findings to Erica. You ought to be proud of how far you've come. Maybe. Never dreamed the unit the professor gave me would turn out to be a new gravitational engine. The intervals were really unique, so it took lots of tweaking to make it work. But after fitting it to this prototype, I couldn't believe the kind of results I was getting. So that set the direction I needed to follow. After that, new ideas kept coming. The prototype was done before I knew it. Done a few flight tests and made improvements after each one, and now... what is it, Agate? Nothing. Just like how passionate you are. Sometimes I just get the fire in me and I can't stop yammering. Anyway, thanks for coming with me today. Like I'd let you come all the way out here alone. Why did you pick a spot in the middle of nowhere like this anyway? Well, this is my last chance to collect data, so I wanted to make the most of it. Nobody comes here. The elevation is naturally uneven, so it's just perfect for flying around. Makes sense. Well, go wild. I'll be here watching you the whole way, so let me know if you need anything. Okay, I'm gonna get started. Agate, I finished the test course now. Good stuff. Here are all the numbers you wanted. No idea if they're good or not. Looked like you were flying pretty well to me, though. Oh, this is a big success. Huge. Mom's bound to be satisfied by numbers like this. Awesome. Guess all that's left is for Mama Bear to go over it with a fine-toothed comb. Sounds like you've got it in the bag. Thanks so much for all the help, Agate. Maybe it's a bit premature to be saying this before Mom gives the okay, but I'm gonna need more of that while I'm at the academy. Yeah, I got you. The guild's still understaffed in the Empire, so I wasn't planning on heading home anytime soon. I'm gonna check on you every so often's easy enough. Something's up with that airship. It'd be some kind of mechanical failure. If the pilot can't ascend, it's going to crash into the mountain. It's not good. Good thing I have this unit. I'm going to go and help. Tita! This flight field is completely down. Someone in there hear me? Who are you? There's no time to explain. Just please hold tight on to something. I'll do what I can. Need to elevate it somehow. Full power! Oh, this isn't enough. Release an output limiter.
Please, just a bit more.
I did it. Now I just need to get back to Agate. Huh?
Oh.
Don't tell me it overheated. Huh?
Is it Agate doing Agate things?
Agate!
Just
okay,
Agate
Tita?
doing Agate
By the skin
things.
of my teeth. But yeah, I'm okay.
I can't take my eyes off of you for a second now, can I? Nothing but trouble, I swear.
I'm so sorry. If I hadn't run off like that on my own.
I'm teasing. You got nothing to apologize for. You probably saved the lives of everyone on that airship. You did the right thing, Tita.
You mean it?
Still, you might be safe.
But we can't say the same for the Orbital Gear 4, huh?
Fucking Emperor. God, I just want to stab that asshole. Oh, that absolute piece of shit. Explains where his gravity control powers came from. Now I'm kind of curious how many of these it takes for so it's still about 3 for a level up on those. Got it. You know, I know it's way earlier than usual. It's the end of the work week and I'm kind of tired. I think I'm going to call it the end of the stream for the night. Right, let's save. Have a good night, everybody.